Hi everyone, I'm delighted to be joined by Ricky Bartlett, who's UK lead at CBRE for Artificial Intelligence and Automation. Hi Ricky.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks
to
for
our
having me.
little studioette here on the shop floor of TechEx. You've been sitting today on a panel discussion about the way that businesses can use AI to, I know it's a bit of a cliche, but achieve business goals.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And that's your role at CBRE, isn't it? That kind of implementation. Tell us a bit about that.
Absolutely. So my role, I'm UK lead for Artificial Intelligence and Automation. And I think like a lot of businesses at the moment, we're looking for opportunities to start to use that technology in order to optimize the way that we operate. We've already got, a great suite of products. We're very... we're very fortunate to have a lot of AI and machine learning and data science expertise already in the business globally, so it does put us ahead. But, there's always opportunities to look for where else we can start to leverage this technology in order to add some more value for our customers, the journey, our employees and such like. So, the panel this morning was really interesting. We covered a range of topics. We were talking about the use of automation, obviously artificial intelligence, integrating multiple technologies as well. But I think really when it boils down to artificial intelligence, it's the same lesson that we've learned when we've gone through, automation and also smart buildings. The primary purpose of AI technology is to add value. And I think what we're finding at the moment is that there's already a sort of a bit of a cliche in the market where people are saying, I've got AI products. But what we're really intent on doing is ensuring that we're actually using artificial intelligence to really add value to the business. So I think being able to quantify the opportunities, being able to start to use AI in order to add real tangible value to the business is, what we're really much focused on at the moment.
And CBRE, I know, is one of the world's biggest, if not the world's biggest, real estate company. And that means many different styles of business operation within the business. So you have project management, you have operations, obviously there's marketing and HR, finance. All that kind of, all those kinds of business functions. Yeah. Is there a particular place in the business that's kind of crying out for that type of automation? I'm guessing, and I'm trying to avoid the cliche, I'm guessing that there must be a low-hanging fruit somewhere.
I think, and again, this comes back to the value proposition of the technology. To answer your question, broadly speaking, obviously, artificial intelligence can be used to solve any number of problems, and I think therein lies one of the challenges, is that because you can use AI to solve a huge array of problems within any organization, you get a little bit of choice paralysis about it. So really looking for those outsized value propositions within the business is very much where our focus is at the moment. To answer your question, it depends. We have the big top-down initiatives where we're using AI and machine learning models in order to optimize our customer experiences, but we've also got this democratized approach as well. And I think democratization has almost become a bit of a buzzword. For us, really, it's about using AI really to empower our employees to be able to work more effectively and more productively. So, there's two approaches: the top-down approach that we've got within the business, but also very much a focus on the bottom-up. And
in some cases, there must be places where there's pushback from employees rather, because people have seen Terminator films and they think AI is somehow threatening. How do you try and address that, if you like, skepticism about AI, new technology?
I think any new technology comes with skepticism. I think, we've had several examples of that over the last decade or two, certainly looking like, the promise of Bitcoin was going to, revolutionize the global economies, and it didn't necessarily do that. 3D printing was another one of those that come along, and it was going to revolutionize the way that we manufacture and deliver products to consumers. And, it hasn't had the impact. So I think there is, it's good to have a healthy bit of skepticism. I think, and there's a bit of a cliche this time is different, but I certainly feel like because AI can add value to a large number of people, the skepticism that did exist maybe a couple of years ago, broadly speaking, I think probably for everybody, we're really seeing that starting to dissipate. And I think certainly over the last 24 months, we've seen, broadly speaking, in my own personal life and conversations I'm having as well, where there was skepticism and apprehension, we're now seeing significantly more curiosity. And I think that's just a matter of the technology itself, artificial intelligence, seeping its way through society, seeping its way through businesses. I think over the Christmas period, you probably spent more time with family members who were potentially using the technology and had an opportunity to really show you how it works. So I think we're really seeing a upward tick in the level of familiarization. Broadly speaking, we're really seeing an upward tick with regards to where people are actually starting to see where it can add value. So that skepticism is dissipating, and I think relatively quickly.
And I mentioned earlier on that CBRE is, a huge global corporation. Are the business wins, inverted commas around wins, are the business wins really achieved only in that size of business where there's an element of scale to those wins? Or could the mom and pop shop, with 5-10 people on the payroll, can you see AI bringing them particular benefits, or is it really sort of more for the big players?
No, I think, look, as I said, it's a democratized technology. Anybody can use it to do anything. You can use artificial intelligence in order to help you decide what you're going to have for dinner based on the ingredients that you've got in your fridge, or you could use it to optimize a global, corporate entity. So really, it's wide range application. Anybody can use the technology. I think where probably the smaller organizations would struggle with utilizing that technology is just having the expertise. What's really important isn't necessarily having the technology, it's knowing where to use it. Knowing where to use AI is a differentiator. And like I said, we're really, we've got, a lot of advantages in that space, and the fact that we have got this global machine learning and AI and data science community already in the business who've been operating for a large number of years with the expertise to know where to use those technologies. And that is a differentiator for our customers and for our employees. So anybody can use it. I advocate, I've got an 82-year-old father-in-law, he's on ChatGPT. I will advocate anybody to start using it, but the larger your organization, the more expertise you will have and the more accurate you can be with utilising that technology.
And what do business wins look like? Sorry, that's the second time I've used that cliche.
That's okay, no.
What do those business benefits look like? Is it something simple like everyone gets to clear off home at 5:30? Or is it 10% off the cost line on a spreadsheet? I mean, what's typical?
I think it depends on how you are, it's about value, right? Value proposition of any technology, or any optimization, the value proposition, whether or not you're automating something through some automation technologies, or you're optimizing the operation of a building through some smart building technologies, or you're using AI, it's about the value proposition. And the question you have to ask yourself is, what sort of value do we want to generate here? As in, what is the problem statement? And if you are wanting to add value to your customers through their experiences, then your metric for success is your customers' experiences.
Yeah, feedback
and so on and so forth. Obviously, if you're looking to, optimize the way that our employees work and our teams work, then it's going to be the same thing. The value that you're adding is the satisfaction of your employees, and therefore that's what you need to measure. I think invariably people go to a return on investment point of view when they consider these technologies, but obviously that's one metric, that's one value metric, which is financial. But you've also got, your employee engagement. You've obviously got your customer experiences, and depends on, I suppose, which lane you decide to play within in order to better capitalise on artificial intelligence.
And inside CBRE, are you looking at working with internal databases, internal sources of information, plus something like Copilot or Gemini? Or are you looking purely at, for instance, using a cloud service like Gemini to get those results?
Well, like I said, we have partnerships with some major global IT providers, and obviously that gives us some leverage there. But like I said, we've also got this expertise in a data science, machine learning point of view. So we're fortunate enough to have the coders in the business, have the expertise in the business to be able to build out our own AI machine learning models and our own AI solutions. So, and we have done so. We've got our LSAI product, which is an AI GPT solution for within CBRE, the business, which our global employees use. So I think for a lot of organisations, there's a bit of a hybrid approach at the moment. It's an off-the-shelf solution that you can start to employ, but where you have got that advantage of having the expertise in the business and you can build your own products out, obviously you're going to choose to do so as well. So, I think a little bit of both worlds makes sense.
And here's the killer question, which obviously I've left to last. I want predictions. I want them in black and white.
Sure.
Next 5 years of artificial intelligence, I'll be quite kind. So let's just keep it within CBRE.
Okay.
In 5 years' time, where's AI going to be in the CBRE organisation?
Okay, I think the value propositions are going to be very clear at that point. Where we are at the moment, and I think where everybody is at the moment is about identifying those value propositions and really starting to capitalise on them and return value to shareholders and our clients and our employees. At that point in time, it will be very clear about where the value is to be had with regards to the use of the technology, and that's the journey that we're on at the moment.
Okay, Ricky Bartlett, thanks ever so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for your time.